Hey, what's up, guys? So I just finished my second year of PT school. Now I'm a third year student, um, and so much stuff happened within that 1 year, my second year of PT school. And I wanted to do a quick recap before I move on to my next chapter in my life. And I figured one of the best ways that we can do that is to go through every video that I made during my second year, because I can kind of explain to you guys what I was feeling back when I made these videos. It's kind of a behind the scenes explanation video. Plus, it's fun, it's just going through old videos. And so here we go. So this was the first video that I made, physical therapy, Dpt student. It was just a video explaining why I started vlogging. A very quick, short video. If I'm being honest with you, I still don't know, but I didn't know what I was thinking back when I made this video. And I just know that when I made this video, by making this video, I kind of committed to making more videos. And so this was kind of the catalyst that started everything. This was like a test video, very short and quick, but I guess it got me started in, going down that road. And so, yeah, physical therapy Dpt student. This is the same room that I film in, but different setup, obviously. Yeah, this is the second video I made. My favorite class so far, BS3. So because of the pandemic, we had to finish this class, Basic Sciences 3, during our second year, when it should have been done in our first year. So that's why I made this video later on. We had to finish a lot of the course content online, and I didn't like that because BS3 was such a hands-on class, and that's why it was my favorite class. But yeah, if you ever want to check out what it's like to take a class that kind of puts everything together at the end of your first year, everything that you've learned up to date in terms of the anatomy, the physiology, the kinesiology, all the concept, theoretical material, and now you're kind of applying it to treating patients and writing documentation and all that. This would be a good video to check out. I still like this course a lot to this day. And so yeah. All right, how to be successful in Dpt school, top 5 characteristics. So this was my third video that I made, and this was during BS3, I think. And so I just talk about my peers and how I define success in PT school and what I see in those people. And so, to this day, I think your GPA doesn't define you. It definitely plays a huge part in being successful in school, but there are more important stuff in school that you can do to kind of set yourself up for success when you become a full-time physical therapist. And so I guess you guys are going to have to check out the video to find out those 5 characteristics, but only because I don't remember them on top of my head. I'm not trying to get you guys to watch these videos, but yeah, I still see a lot of my peers that are doing extremely well, and they stayed true to these characteristics that I talked about in this video. And so yeah, feel free to check it out. All right, backyard workout and drills. I actually really like this video that I made. This is my 4th video, but it was the first video that I made that includes the visuals. So every video up to this video, I kind of sat and talked in front of a camera, but this video I kind of incorporated what I did outside in my backyard, which is right there. I'm in the basement right now. But I love working out in my backyard, just an open grass field, and I get to be creative with the cones, the drills, the lifting, whatever it is. And so this is just one video that I made. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. But yeah, this is a very common workout that I do. I used to play soccer in high school and also in college. I just played intramurals. But yeah, soccer is like my number one sport. And so this is a workout that I would give a soccer player. But check it out. Yep. Alright, so this next video is probably the most medical related video that I made up to this date. It was on Mcl Rehab and kind of comparing conservative approach to rehab when an MCL tear happens versus going the surgery route. And this was a project that I did in school with a partner of mine, and I kind of thought, well, I can definitely turn this into a content, and I feel like it's going to be very educational. And so I just tweaked stuff here and there and made some PowerPoint presentations, and I made it a video. And if you're thinking about being a content creator in PT school, I think that's one of the best ways to do it. You know, you're paying tons of money for education, and so just use your knowledge that you've learned, use the things that you've learned to the best of your advantage, right? And so that's what I did here. And a lot of these videos I'll explain later. Kind of doing the same thing. I learned stuff in school, and I think, man, it'd be awesome if I can turn that into a content. And so that's what I do. Of course, you can't like use the lecture material directly or anything like that. But yeah. All right. So this video was not a fun time for me. I went through a lot of, I'm sure everybody did. This was like in the middle of the pandemic, a lot of uncertainties. And so the way that I personally coped with uncertainty was to stay busy. I think that's one of my like primary coping mechanisms. And so I was obsessed with like working, not just like working to make money, but just doing anything, including YouTube and studying and just keeping myself busy, because if I stay busy, I don't have to worry about the future. And I'm sure a lot of people that might be watching this right now have felt that before. And so that's what this video is about. I kind of talk about the strategies to observe yourself from afar and reassess the situation before you have to, dive in and be busy to forget about things and neglect some things like uncertainty about the future. And so that's what I did here. Dark times. Quarantine edition. This is like the extension of that video. You can kind of see even in the thumbnail that I don't look very happy. And just the whole vibe of this thumbnail, yeah, so this is one of those a day in the life of a DPT student video, except I don't really have any visuals in this video, although I kind of wish I did. So I talk through what my day looks like in this video, in quarantine, during the pandemic, and trying to do physical therapy school online. And so it's very interesting. I go back time to time and look at the video. So yeah. Alright, PT settings and salary. So this video is also an extension of that other video. I was on top of having productivity guilt and being in the midst of the hustle culture because of the pandemic and everything. I was also burnt out. I guess that's kind of a result of that. And school wasn't too much in terms of giving me work to do, and so maybe that kind of contributed to it, but I was burnt out to the max. And so even with YouTube too, and that's when I'm supposed to have fun, right? So this video is something that I thought was gonna be easy, and I'm being 100% honest here. And I wanted to make an easy video. I wanted to have an easy week, and sometimes that happens. And so what I did was I just looked up stuff that I can find online very quick, and I wrote up a script and I made this video. I used a lot of copyright-free videos on like Pixel or Pixabay. I don't know if you guys know, but I use those videos to kind of fill those voids so the video looks more full, as opposed to me just being authentic and talking to you guys. So, it happens. I was burnt out, but I do think sometimes people want to listen to what other people kind of summarized stuff for them, as opposed to looking it up online themselves. So hopefully that was helpful to some people. Alright, so this video was one of the first videos that got like a good amount of views for me. I think there's a lot of pre-PT student population on YouTube that look for videos like this, and everything that I say in part 1 and part 2 of this video, I can say with confidence that it works. Interview skills are something that I have been practicing and working on for a long time, and I came up with 8 most commonly asked Dpt School interview questions, and I break down how to answer them the best way that you can. I give you a template, and so I really enjoyed making this video. This video was very easy to make, and yeah. You also see how all these thumbnails, I'm in the background, and the background is just a white wall. Right now I have a good setup with a tripod that I got for Christmas, and the microphone and the camera, but before I just had a GoPro that I borrowed from my friend Becky. She was nice enough to say, hey, here's my GoPro, feel free to try things, and that's what I did. I set up a GoPro. I kind of taped it to the lights that I have on here, and I was up against the wall, and what I would do is I would click and then go film, turn back around, make sure it came out right, click again, come. So that's why. Just side note. Q&A video. This was also for pre-PT students. I did not get any questions for me, and so I came up with one of the most popular questions out there in the social media and websites that host a lot of pre-PT students, and I go through them. Yeah, pre-PT students, there's a lot of videos out there on how to write good essays, how to, answer the questions right. At this point, I didn't want to work with pre-PT students because I felt like I was past that stage, and if someone asks me, of course I'll answer all the questions the best way I can, but I didn't want to make more videos out of it because I wanted to look ahead. But right now I feel like I can make a couple more because I do think that they're helpful, and I would have appreciated it when I was a PT student if someone made videos for me. So there's that. So this was part of Justin Live for Change, his Student Speak series, where he introduces different schools by hosting PT students from those schools, which is a genius idea, by the way. And so he asked me to film one or to talk about University of Maryland, Baltimore, and I did. I talked about research, curriculum, the people that I met, Baltimore, the city, how it is living there, facilities, clinicals, and so this is a good summary of what our PT program's like, although a lot of things have changed because of the pandemic. And so yeah, also make sure if you're a pre-PT student, check out Justin's Student Speak series and really listen to what people on there have to say, because they know their school the best. I mean, they're students that are going there, and so if you are interested in some of those schools, yeah, check it out. All right, I love this episode, although not a lot of people I think watched it. Brain computer interface. I talk about active and passive BCI and how the circuits in our brain and incorporating artificial intelligence is gonna change the PT world. A lot of research that has to be done in this area, but I think it's super exciting. And so if you're into, I don't know if you're aware of Neuralink and Elon Musk's like the newest invention, but I talk about some of that in this video, and I still think it's very interesting. So make sure you check that out if you are. And at this point, we were in medical issues, I believe. That's the summer course that's like the first summer course in our second year. So I was a second year student by this time. And I talk about 5 major tips before starting PT school. Another video geared towards pre-PT students. And I had this video. If you have a YouTube channel, you can select a video that kind of represents your channel. The first video that people see when they come to your channel, and this was my video just because I really like the thumbnail. I like the brick background, and I thought it would get a lot more views, but I didn't. So there was that. But I still think it's very helpful. Okay, so these next 2 videos, Dpt School Exams, everything that you need to know for practicals. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I'm not the best exam taker, so multiple choice exams kind of confuse me. Those choices confuse me. I do better when I can talk about so I do better in practicals. They're called PBAs in our program, performance-based assessments, and so I get a chance to explain why I gave this patient this treatment or why I chose this exam. But so that's the practical, and then here I talk about some of the tools that I use to study. And there's a lot of students that do better than me in exams, I'm sure, in PT school, but I think the most important thing is to find what works for you. And I talk about that in this video, what worked for me. So, yeah. What is your why? Looking back, this is a very hard question to answer, and I'm still trying to answer this question. What is your why at this point in my life? And this was a year ago, and so I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I thought I had the answer, but I didn't, and I still don't. And so I talk about why you want to become a physical therapist and why that's important. And I think this is my top 3 video that I have on my channel. And at this point, I was kind of getting through that burnout stage, and I had more mental capacity to be creative, and so that's what happened here. This was another very dark time for me, because I sold my car that I have almost 300,000 miles on it. It's a 2005 Ford Escape. I sold it we bought it for $2,000 like 6 years ago, and I sold it for $1,000 to CarMax. CarMax gives you really good deals, by the way. But yeah, that meant I sold my car because I kind of had to. It was breaking down, and I had to find a car in the middle of one of the busiest semesters in PT school, And medical issues, if you like acute care, you love it. But, for me, it's not my strongest area. And so I really had to focus on school. But this happened, so I had to find a car, a used car, obviously, for me because I don't have money. And so I talk about how car dealerships are like physical therapy, and the used car dealers are like physical therapists. For the details, you gotta check out the video. But I ended up getting a Camry, a 2009 Toyota Camry, and with like 100,000 miles on it, and it still runs great. Hopefully, it runs great for many more years to come. But yeah, physical therapy is like going to a used car dealership. Make sure you watch the video if you're curious. Alright, 4-month, 30 episodes, full-time DPT student making videos part-time. I also don't know what I was thinking back here, but I just felt like I made a lot of videos, probably because I was burnt out, as you can see in this thumbnail. But also, I guess I was proud of myself for making these videos, being a full-time DPT student. So one time I saw this video from Casey Neistat about him breaking down his schedule, I think, where he talks about brainstorming, filming, editing. And of course, this is back when he used to vlog every single day, and so it was more intense. But I try to do a similar thing here because I was making 2 videos a week back here. And so I talk about when I film, when I brainstorm, when I edit, when I publish, and that's what this video is about. It's pretty cool. A lot of things changed, but a lot of things are also the same. So this was a video that I made with my friend Joseph. If I have to give 2 of my friends that have been the most supportive of me doing this, it's probably Joseph. The most supportive and most helpful is Joseph and my friend Jami. Jami really liked this video, and she still talks about it to this day. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for making everything possible. But anyways, Joseph and I filmed this. This is Joseph's camera on the ground. We were just playing soccer. Well, we went out to try different angles with the camera work and the videography, but it's a different kind of video in a way that we make this video more cinematic, not like a vlogging video. So I'm planning on making a video of me working out and a very short clip of my philosophy, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be similar to this video, but better. Alright, first year PT school classes. So this video, I rate every class that I took during my first year of PT school, and these stars were really hard to edit because I had to erase the backgrounds for every star. So you just download, go to background remover, remove background, download, and then upload it. But anyways, I talk about the PT school classes. One day during lecture, I was very bored, so I started playing around with green screen in the back, and that's how this video was made. My first and last green screen ever, probably, because I don't know, I just didn't think it was worth it. It's okay to have some background, but yeah, I think it's nice, especially if you're a student at University of Maryland, Baltimore. You kind of have a sense of what your class is going to be like and the ratings for that, like you have in college, right? Okay, so this was exciting times. This was my first vlogging, like a vlogger kind of video that I made with footage of me doing different things. This was at a photo shoot for my friend Becky's Oh, top. I said top 2, top 3. Becky's included. That have been supportive of me. And so those guys. And this photo shoot was for her brand, LVM Avenge. It's to raise homicide awareness, and she made these clothes, and she wanted to do a photo shoot for her website. And so, yeah, that's it. This is my friend Jason. Yeah, I think vlogging videos are more dynamic. There's more action going on, more change in scenery, so it's fun, but it's a lot more work. You have to plan around. You have to plan your day around it. And by this point, I had a better sense of what was going on in school, how to plan my day in terms of studying, and so I had more time to, venture out and do this. Okay, so this was another vlogging video that I made. Vlog that I made. This is in College Park, where I went to undergrad. I was with my friend Joseph here, and I talk about what changed from college, like how my mindset changed from undergrad to grad school. I would say this is a pretty cool thumbnail. And this is when I started, thinking about, I probably should put more work into my thumbnails. So they're very different compared to my first couple of videos. But yeah, like I said, I think we were in MSK 1 and NM1, which is the beginning of our second year. It's a fall class. So I had more time here. And I also enjoyed those classes better than medical issues personally. Okay, so this is another vlogging video. Second year. This is my friend Matt. He makes really good deer steak. He basically made my first deer steak that I tried, and it was really good. So thanks, Matt. But this guy was very burnt out, like all of us, I think. So that's why I used him in the thumbnail. This is our lab room. There's 5 groups of students. There's 3 students per group. And because of the pandemic, we had to stay with our group for a year and a half almost, which is a long time. But this is where we practice our stuff. This is where we have labs. And I talk about the burnout. Okay, so another vlogging video. This is me, this Diana, this Matt, this Jami. This is in Baltimore, Fed Hill. We grabbed Ekiben. If you're close to Baltimore, or if you live in the area, and if you've never heard of Ekiben, you should definitely try it. It's very, very good. It's like a Asian fusion food, rice with like fried chicken, but it's very different. Just make sure you go at a time when there's not a lot of traffic and there's not a long line, because it gets pretty busy over there. But we just picked it up and we were eating here, and this was, the very beginnings of when we came back to school after the pandemic hit. And so we're still being very cautious outside. We still are, but this is us taking a break. All right, episode 42 looks like. Dpt School vlog. Another vlog. This is in College Park. I was still trying to film my day-to-day pretty much with these vlogs, and so every time I had an interesting thing come up, I asked permission to film, and I thought about what I could film on that day. And here I was working out with my friend Kumar in College Park, and we were doing some calisthenics, and he was showing me some of the calisthenics because I haven't really done calisthenics before. And so that's what I mostly filmed in this video. Alright. Okay. Yeah, this is another view of our lab room. This is the skeleton that we have in school, in Microsoft Teams, with different professors, and all the rooms have their own camera and the microphone, so that's how we all get together, like at the end of the lab session. But this was preparing for the NM final. NM is neuromuscular, and it was stressful. I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot to learn. Do I look stressed here? I don't know, but it was stressful times, but it was worth it. You can see the wheelchair here too. So neuromuscular patients, they tend to be in wheelchair more so than musculoskeletal patients, at least to my knowledge. Yeah. Okay, moving on. This was another vlog. We went on a trip to North Carolina. It was just my family. We went for Thanksgiving, a good break from pandemic, from school. This was Thanksgiving break, so we haven't really finished our semester yet, but it's always good to travel. It's always good to be out of that zone that you're used to, because you can see so much more and kind of reflect on things that you weren't able to think of when you were in the middle of grinding. So this was fun. Good memories. PT school tuition, I was very mad. I was very salty that they didn't reduce our tuition, although the quality of education went to crap. So I made this video. It's a very short video. Check it out if you haven't already. I kind of point out things that have become crappy when we transition to online learning, and it's not fun. Okay, one of the best videos I made up today. 5 best side hustles in PT school that you can do. This goes along with passive income ideas that I have been brainstorming and I'm constantly thinking of. And so if you are interested in that area, how to save money, how to make more money while in PT school, which seems almost impossible, check out this video. And if you check out this video because I just said it, please let me know who you are so we can talk about more things and keep in contact, because I love talking to people that are passionate about same things that I am. All right. So this was a video that I made for pre-physical therapy students during their observation hours. How to be successful during their observation hours, what to do in what kind of settings. I liked it a lot. I had a lot of fun, and I think my observation hours was a good foundation for me to build on later in PT school, and I really found good mentors during my observation hours and college, and that's important. That's very important. So yeah, that's what this video is about. Another video with my friend Joseph. This was switched on training. I saw you guys actually recently commented on my video, so if you see this, shout out to you guys, thank you. But yeah, this is a good app. It's a reactive drill that we did using the app switched on training based on visual cues, so red, yellow, and white. You go for different balls. That's just one drill that we did. And so make sure you check this out if you are interested in that app. Okay, so the next 3 videos, Tools of Titans, great book, very fun, very easy to read through them because they're in the form of like an interview. Tim Ferriss wrote the book, and there's a lot of people that you might recognize that are in this book, and it's a thick book, but it's an easy read. It goes by quick, and I learned a lot of good good things from this book. So make sure you check that out, guys. Part 1, 2, 3. And if you don't want to read the entire book, I summarize it here for you, the most important things, top 10 things that I find relevant to PT students. So there's that. Okay, so I think this video was like a benchmark for the new set of videos for me, because I really got more familiar with filming and talking in front of a camera, and it was this video. I don't know why. I think I have made about, what have we gone to, like 20-30 videos so far. So maybe that's how many videos it takes for you to be comfortable in front of camera. But after this video, it became much easier. Don't know why, but it did. This is an iPad that my sister got me for my birthday. Shout out to her. She is 4 years younger than me, but she bought me this iPad, which I respect. I respect that. But yeah, this is a video of me showing everything in my backpack that I take to school with. And I just talk about, gate belts and all that. It's fun. Best undergrad major. And do a bracket challenge here. So it's like, is kinesiology better than biology? And I think I started with around those 16. So there's 16 majors. It's what's better major, kinesiology or bio? And then I drop, let's just say bio. Then kinesiology goes up to the quarterfinals. And that's how the video goes. It's a very interesting concept. I'm actually from Korea. A lot of Korean YouTubers use the bracket challenge type of video to, have fun, and I try that. I liked it. I thought I was funny, but I don't think, maybe you guys didn't find me funny. But okay, this is one of the most important videos I have made up to today, I think. I talk about Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps to pay back your student loans. I'm not gonna say, go watch this video, but if you wanna be financially independent at some point in your life, it's better to start early, and I think this is a great start. Which is another way to say, go watch this video, I guess. If you don't want to read the entire book, watch the video. Very important. PT school studying, I talk about my studying strategies. I'm using my iPad mostly. I find it very helpful in coming up with different tools, and I talk about different apps that I use. GoodNotes, anatomy, essential skeleton. They're like the top 2 things that I use. All right, Ansu Fati. So this man gave me so many subscribers and so many more views. Very sad. I'm a Barcelona fan. I'm very sad that he got sidelined for the entire year because his meniscus is just messed up. But I talk about his meniscus injury, how it happened, what the rehab plan should look like going forward, and what are the complications, what are the prognosis and everything. And I think this video got almost 15k views, which is so much for me. And I was like, what the heck? I'm getting all these views every day. That's awesome. But yeah, it's a cool video. I make another video of this later on. This is a documentation video. I don't like documentation. I don't think that it's the best use of our knowledge and our skill set that we train to do for 3 years in PT school. And I just talk about documentation, which is very ironic, but that's where the idea came from. I said I freaking hate documentation, and so I just talked about documentation, and I talk about like the format of it. Dak Prescott video. I'm sure many of you guys aware of the injury that happened last year. And so I just talk about the mechanism of injury, the rehab, how it happened. And he obviously signed a good contract, a really good contract with the Cowboys. And so we'll just see how he does. I'm a Washington fan, so it's still a very gruesome injury that happened, and I pray that he does well, but it was interesting. Sonny, okay, so Tottenham had a really rough season. Like I said, I'm Korean, so you gotta root for Son. But he had a hamstring injury last season, and I talk about it's one of those sports injury videos that I made, and I thought it was good. Okay, PT TikToks. So if you're a TikToker, you can get out. I'm just kidding. But YouTube is almost becoming like TikTok nowadays with YouTube Shorts, which is kind of scary. But anyways, I made this video because a lot of people are making their brands out of their outpatient clinics or whoever they are as a person, as a social media influencer, and they're creating this fandom in TikTok. And so I talk about how you can use that to your advantage, but also at the same time with medical advice just flying around left and right in TikTok, especially from PTs, it can be dangerous if it's not evidence-based. Okay, here I talk about my inpatient experience, my acute care experience at the hospital that I worked in during my part-time clinical rotations for a week. I learned a lot of good things. I saw a lot of good things. And so if you're interested in doing PT in a hospital, make sure you check this video out. I thought it was good. 4-Hour Workweek, one of the best books I've read. Tim Ferriss talks about how to work efficiently and how to basically retire early by working only 4 hours a week, which seems impossible and sounds like a scam. But he has very applicable concepts here in this book, like outsourcing and automation in this book that I think can be applied to PT as well. And so good video. Ansu Fati video, another one. He had 3 surgeries. My man had 3 surgeries, which is really messed up. And I talk about why he did and how that all came about. This video. And then my last video, or my latest video, is ACL video. This is stage 1 of ACL rehab. So here I talk about what you need to look out for, some precautions, and I break down the week day by day, or the first week and the second week, range of motion, strengthening, and the basics. And this was more of a informational video, an educational video, and I had a lot of fun with it. And so there's that. Okay, that is it. There's every video that I've made minus the podcast, which is a whole different story. But I kind of got sidetracked during this video. I didn't talk so much about school. I mean, like where I was in school, but I talked about the videos. I hope you guys found it helpful and just fun. It was meant to be fun. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.